Are Hamas a terror group?
Listen, can I...
Are they a terror group?
Piers,
answer the question.
Can I speak?
Are they a terror group?
It's not a secret that Hamas wants to destroy the state of Israel. They opened the gates of hell on the Palestinian people. This is how irresponsible this group people are.
Given that we agree that Hamas is a terror organization who have a publicly stated position of annihilating not just Israel, but Jewish people, and as we saw on October the 7th, they mean it. I believe Israel has a fundamental right and a duty to defend its people from them doing it again.
Their spokesman from Hamas repeatedly said when he was challenged, we want to do this again and again and again and again. They knew thousands of innocent Palestinians would die. They don't care about their people. So my question for you, Jeremy, which you haven't answered, Jeremy,
there are
and I want you to answer.
Dead already.
I know.
How many more are there going to be before this is over?
It's a fact that Hamas used civilians as human shields. It's a fact. Many civilians are dying. I understand this. Their blood is on the hands of Hamas, and Hamas only. They care the least for the Palestinian children and their future. You know, I am the legitimate representative of the Palestinian children. The child within me speaks. I don't want somebody coming from London or somebody coming from the other side of the world to tell me what is the struggle of the Palestinian children. The Palestinian children, the Palestinian society has been hijacked by these criminals.
Are they a terror group? It's the question. Are they a terror group? Are they a terror group? Are Hamas a terror group? Yes or no? Would you keep Hamas in power? After what Hamas did on October the 7th, it is utterly inconceivable that Hamas remain in power in Gaza. Inconceivable.
So I don't believe Hamas can possibly stay in any position of authority in Gaza. I think that would be ruinous for not just the people of Gaza, but also for Israelis. Let's assume we get new leadership in both places. Could there still be peace? Could there still be a two-state solution?
No.
It can never happen.
No.
But what if you find leadership that understands?
You will not.
But they would say the same about the other side. Northern Ireland appeared to be completely intractable, and eventually we got peace. Do you not see there's any chance of doing that here?
No, not with Israel.
We have a fundamental problem, and we need to stop blaming Israel. We invited this upon our heads. Enough of Hamas. It's enough of the corrupt leaderships that they are killing our people.
Hamas will have known when they perpetrated what they did on October the 7th, what the scale of response was likely to be. How does that help the Palestinian people?
I don't know.
Ultimately, we got to peace because we found leaders who actually had the moral courage to get in the room with the people that were trying to kill them and to do a deal. I don't think you can do that with Hamas.
The Jewish people have been oppressed throughout history. I don't like Hamas. Hamas is terrible. Hamas is Muslim fundamentalist.
Call for their surrender right now, just like FDR and just like Churchill demanded of the Nazis, unconditional surrender.
Yes, I can call for their surrender. That's easy. My heart goes out to the Jewish people for all the pain and the suffering that they have endured through all of these years.
He said, I actually believe there is a middle ground between everybody and they can meet. I direct my criticism for the extreme of each one of them. That was you, Bassem Youssef.
Should Hamas stay in power and are they a terror group? You're refusing to answer either of them. That is very telling.
Anybody who takes their side is participating in their crime.
There were elections. Hamas won the elections, killed their Fatah rivals, and then never had another election. How can anyone defend this group or believe they're a legitimate government of Palestine?
They are willing to actually sacrifice many Palestinian children, the entire Palestinian people, and use them as a fuel to just achieve their ideological agendas, their religious agendas. They are careless. They don't care for the human life. Hamas' cause is a sick one. It's coming from the pit of hell. If we don't stop them now, the next war is going to be deadlier.
They just talk about this non-existent state that still doesn't exist because for decade after decade, people like them have supported the worst possible elements and have encouraged them in this delusion that Israel can be disappeared. It's not going to be disappeared. And yet this delusion is encouraged, among other things, among some people in the Palestinian leadership, which is why when they're offered 99% of a state, as they have been time and time again, they say no, because 99% isn't 100%.
Hamas is really smart. When they decide to rocket Israel, they insinuate themselves
in the hospitals, in the schools, in the highly populous areas. I killed myself to give the Palestinians a state. I had a deal they turned down that would have given them all of Gaza, all of Gaza, between 96 and 97% of the West Bank, compensating land in Israel.
I think if you have two groups of people who are ideologically wedded to your destruction as a state and as a populace, and you're constantly firing rockets, as Hamas have done for over a decade now, then that cannot be acceptable. You have to stop that, right? These are terrorists who've now shown on October the 7th their true colours. They don't just talk about wanting to kill all Jewish people. They are going to do it if they get the chance.
If they insist on annihilating Israel, and of course, if Iran keeps on insisting on this goal, this means the destruction of the entire region. I'm afraid that war is the only way to peace. Because if Hamas is not removed from power, the next attack, the next war is going to be deadlier. Once Hamas is removed from power, we're going to witness people celebrating in Gaza. I guarantee you that. When this comes to an end, I promise you that the Palestinian people, first of all, will thank Israel for what they did.
Are they a terror group, Len?
Of course.
They're a bunch of medieval barbarians.
October the 7th was abominable and appalling.
And you think Israel can do peace with people that did that? Should Hamas stay in power?